Welcome everybody to Cars in VR. I'm Luis Flores here with Nathaniel Bronson.
How y'all doing?
SCOSCHE. Is it SCOSCHE Industries?
SCOSCHE Industries.
SCOSCHE Industries. I know SCOSCHE from several years ago. I used to have an amazing sound system. Fortunately, I don't have that car anymore. That's also gone away. I had like one-aught cable. I had thick cable. I'm gonna get into that in a moment. The other day, maybe 3 days ago, I saw somebody slap their phone onto something and it just stayed there. I'm like, whoa, wait, how'd you do that? Magnet? It was a magnet. I didn't know SCOSCHE has something to do with that. I'm here with Nate. I saw this from far away. I don't know much about this. If you don't know what's going on with this new technology, Nate's gonna tell me a little bit about what can go into a car for your accessories. To me, from what I understand, SCOSCHE is an accessories expert company. I'm gonna get into a couple things that I like. Nate, can you tell me what's going on this board?
Yeah, this is the Magic Mount
Check
board.
this out.
So what's pretty cool about this Magic Mount board is we incorporate what's called the Magic Mount technology. And with the Magic Mount technology, we actually take a metal plate, we put it on the back of the phone or in between your phone case and the phone, and you can stick it straight to the device, just like that. It's a very strong magnet.
Can I play with that?
Go ahead, man. Get your hands on that. You can see it's in between the case and the phone.
Oh, we'll do it like that. Oh,
there you
it's
go.
tight though.
You can feel that. That's a tough magnet.
All right, my phone. No. Yes. Anyways, yeah. Okay, cool. So it's a magnet mount for cell phones. How long has it been out? Wait, why is this one got a charger?
So this one's a charger. This has like the gooseneck, like this guy. So if you want to plug it into the into your 12-volt socket, you can adjust the gooseneck and put it off. And you could also plug in the USB charger. So
oh, that's
for
cool.
People who
That's
want
cool.
to charge right there.
I see.
And we have different versions. So for example, this one's the window mount. This
Yeah.
is great for like people that have some weird angle dashes, may not have an opportunity, they want to put on the window, bam, there's a solution. This is the vent clip. This has two different styles. So if you have a thicker vent, you have a thinner vent, we accommodate to that. This is the original, the Mag DM right here.
Articulated arm.
Exactly, it actually moves, and this one has the 3M double-sided tape. One of my favorite ones is the Mag WSM2. What I like about this one is it is a suction, but what's really cool about this one is it has an actual sticky pad under it with a suction, so guess what? Textured surfaces, you can suction too. That is no longer a problem.
Enough about that. I want to cover other stuff real quick.
Done.
If you can explain to us the importance of these replacement panels that you guys have to deal with, or a car guy, briefly tell me what's going on with, what do people need to know?
This,
average person.
Average person. Oh, we're getting a little technical on this one though, because this is gonna separate us.
My people know what's going on. But tell me what's going on.
So this kit right here is our bread and butter. We cannot keep this in stock fast enough. What I love about this kit is, well, we're first to market on the 2015 and up Ford F-150. What I love about this kit is it follows Ford's vehicle personalization. Do you have a dual VAC climate control? We'll retain that. Single HVAC climate control, we'll retain that.
Yeah.
What I like about this too, heated seats, we'll retain that. What also is really,
everything integrates with the original factory setup.
What I love about this the most is it retains, not only does it retain the factory backup camera, it retains the factory zoom feature and dynamic steering. So
what are people getting? What are we looking? What's happening? Somebody shows up with what?
So if they have the 2015 Ford 150 and they want a replacement for all OEM integration that keeps those features, this keeps it. Like I was going to tell you, the dynamic steering, when you throw in reverse, you turn those wheels, it will follow the turns on the aftermarket stereo. This is an all-in-one solution. We're the only company on the market that has this. What's nice? Steering wheel control interface, antenna adapter, module, everything is in one kit. You don't need to piece it together.
I get it.
One thing I like about it too, the steering wheel controls, no programming. Cut a loop, flip a dip switch, it's programmed to the radio.
All right.
Simple, simple, simple.
I get it. All right. Now, here's what I used to have. This cable and fuse box. I just love this kind of stuff. At car shows, audio, not car shows, but like lowrider shows and stuff, the hood would be opened up and you're seeing this beautiful cable. The first time I saw it was FX. There was another company I can't remember, but this one of the first ones, gold mount. It was gold mount stuff. Tell my audience, I hope I have some audience, what this power distribution means, what these cables mean, just real briefly.
Sure, I'll give
why
you.
Is there 4? Why is there 1? What's the difference between bigger?
So this is for amplifiers. So if you're going to plug in, like say you're running multiple amplifiers, this gives you an opportunity to plug in one instead of running multiple lines to your battery. You have one main power cord and you can split it off. This is what makes us unique. We actually have one that does ground and power. So if you take off this panel right here, I'm going to scoot on over here. check this out. You have a ground block distribution and you have your power distribution all in one.
Okay,
which is really cool.
Why is that important? I don't know.
Well, think about it this way. A boat. How do you have ground sources on a boat?
Okay.
What if you're going to do multiple amplifiers?
Right.
Everything is now becoming active crossovers instead of passive crossovers. This gives you an opportunity to hook up multiple amplifiers.
I've heard of this. What's the difference between an active crossover and a passive crossover?
So passive crossover is like the little piece that goes into your door, for example,
Yeah.
and it comes with a tweeter in your mid-range. Active crossover is built in the amplifier. So what a lot of people are doing now is using multiple amplifiers to power up those component systems so you don't have to worry about chopping away the power. It gives the full rated power for those systems.
Tell me about what's going on with copper wiring and aluminum wiring. What
Okay,
do people need to know about what's going on with that world?
CCA is copper clad aluminum. What that is, it's not true OFC copper. That is kind of like an entry-level base. We focus on OFC, oxygen-free copper wire.
Tell me about oxygen. What's important about this oxygen-free crap?
Oxygen-free copper wire is no resistance. It lasts. So if you have CCA wire versus OFC wire,
Yeah.
CCA wire has a lot of increased resistance. It's prone to issues. What happens is you put that nice $1,000 amplifier on CCA wiring. Within a year or two, you're going to get really increased resistance, increased heat. What you're essentially doing is decreasing the longevity of your amplifier.
Really?
Yes.
It'll hurt the electronics.
Yes, definitely. That's why you want to do OFC instead of CCA.
OFC is important on the copper wiring.
Now we can show you cool stuff
With
about
aluminum.
No,
no aluminum.
No aluminum.
No
I can
aluminum.
show you this. This is really unique right
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
If you
yeah.
want to get
Show
a
me
shot of
what's
this.
going on right here.
So we have the most multi-strands copper out on the market.
Uh-huh.
What's really nice about this almost feels like hair.
Okay.
What's really nice about this, you're looking at the silver thinking, copper is not a silver color. Why is that? This is flux tinned. What that means is this flux tin layering goes over the copper, protects the copper, so you can cut it, expose it. Great for marine, great for exposed elements. It will not rust. This protects the longevity and keeps it oxygen free while exposed because it's flux tin.
All right, so my show is Cars in VR. I see an awesome HD Denali. I love it. Can you show me anything cool inside about that thing?
Yeah, we can show you some cool
All right,
stuff in the
let's check out
Denali.
this
Let's go
truck.
check out the Denali.
We're here at SCOSCHE. I don't know what's in this truck. I hope there's something good.
We do have a
Is it-
customer in the truck at the moment, so
Yeah, let's pick him up.
unfortunately we can kick him out.
Can I at least open the door without?
Yeah, we can
let's
open the door.
Let's just talk a little bit about. Let me just put them right up inside here.
So if you notice what we have in that car, we have that iPad dash mount kit. What that is a 3M double-sided adhesive tape. So if you have the customer who does not want to replace the OEM radio,
Yeah.
but they love to integrate Waze, Google Maps, you can stick that on there with a double-sided 3M adhesive tape, slide in your iPad, and it's done.
That's cool.
And when the customer sells the vehicle, all you need is a non-marring plastic panel popper, pop that sucker off, wipe away the residue, you're done. You're done. That's it. Simple. And it's a great solution.
Anything else you can tell me about what's rad about this truck, or?
We have an upgraded bow system in there. We definitely try to keep this factory in here because what we wanted to do is show our customers the aftermarket solutions that we have with Magic Mount technologies, our power cords, our charging, our actual displays. This is our bread and butter. This is our focus.
All right. So before I finish, is there anything I need to know about what SCOSCHE is doing before I wrap it up? Because I see cool stuff, but nothing's grabbing my
Well,
attention.
there's new Magic Mount stuff. If you want to see new Magic Mount stuff. We have new charging stuff. We have a lot of CT
Chargers
stuff.
are cool.
We have some stuff for motorcycles if you want to see some motorcycle mounts, GoPro mounts. We have Magic Mounts for motorcycles now.
I'm happy.
You happy?
You know what? I'm glad I got to check out SCOSCHE.
Good.
One of the most popular brands that I know about as far as accessories goes. I hope this works for some of you guys. Thanks for checking it out. I'm Luis Flores. I'm here with Nathaniel Bronson.
Pleasure meeting
They call
y'all.
him Nate from SCOSCHE Industries. Where are you guys located?
Oxnard, California.
Oh,
Local.
cool. All right, thanks. Have a good one, and I'm out.
Take care.
Thanks.